What's going on, guys? Today I'm bringing you episode 2 of my 2021 Junior Gold Championship series. This video will be recapping my third and fourth rounds of qualifying. If you didn't see the first episode, make sure to go and watch that first and then come back to this video. But without further ado, let's get started. For my third round of qualifying, I bowled at Western B. This is one of the medium patterns this year, and I'm guessing it's around 42 feet long. This pattern did not play like I expected it would, and for me, it played completely different from the practice session. I ended up throwing my matchup Pearl again, basically throwing straight up the right gutter. For game 1, I did pretty well. I did end up missing one makeable spare, but I ended that game with a 223. For game 2, I couldn't double until the 10th frame. I also left 2 splits and missed one makeable spare. I ended that game with a 169. During game 3, I started to experience a lot more transition. I was keeping up just fine until the 8th frame hit, then I left 3 splits in a row. Fortunately, I managed to pick one of them up in the 10th frame. I ended that game with a 173. I was feeling much better once game 4 came around. I felt like I had a little bit more miss room. I managed to pick up all of my makeable spares except for 2 splits that game. Even though I had a 5-bagger, I only ended that game with a 206. This brought my block total to 771 and my grand total to 2,250. This brought me up to 281st place going into day 4. For my fourth and final block of qualifying, I was bowling at Expo A. During the practice sessions, I definitely felt like this was the longest pattern, and I'm guessing it was around 47 feet. When day 4 rolled around, I probably put too much pressure on myself and looked at the standings too much. I knew to have a chance at making cut, I was going to have to average about 212. I was also probably a little too confident. During the practice sessions, I had a very good line on this pattern, so I was expecting a 212 average to not be far out of reach. Going into game number 1, I felt pretty good, even though I did miss one makeable spare. I only ended that game with a 189, but I didn't feel like I threw the ball that bad. During game 2, transitions seemed to hit very quickly. I only doubled once in game 2, and I also missed one makeable spare. And my first ball in the 10th frame was a gutter, which was off of a spare, so that was pretty ugly. I only ended game 2 with a 160, and at this point, I knew that making cut was getting further out of the picture. And things did not get better during game 3. I'll just let you have a look at the scorecard. We'll just act like that didn't happen. Going into game 4, I was obviously in a bad mindset. The lanes were a disaster and I had no idea what I was doing. After the 4th frame, I ended up switching to my plastic ball as my strike ball. I ended up getting extremely lucky carry and had the last 5 strikes in a row, with a plastic ball. I somehow ended game 4 with a 209. This brought my block total to 665, and my grand total to 2,915. This ended up bringing me down to 374th place to finish the tournament, and that is out of over 1,100 bowlers. I ended up missing the cut by 182 pins, which obviously isn't the result I wanted, but this is still my best junior gold so far. I hope you guys enjoyed my short series about junior gold this year. I will plan on doing it again next year. But yeah guys, that is basically it for this video, and I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, give it a thumbs up. And that's it. I'll see you guys in the next one.